Good afternoon, and welcome to the SmarterCommerce e-commerce tutorial series. For this webinar, we're going to be going through the integration of our SmarterCommerce e-commerce solution and the JD Edwards Sales Configurator. For other webinars of interest, please visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/users/SmarterCommerceNet. Let's go ahead and begin. So within our JD Edwards solution, I have configured a multi-level dynamic configured item that I've termed laptop custom. Within this configured item, if we go into the configured item information, we can see that it is set to dynamic. And if I drill into the actual components, we can see that it has many different options and components within its selection criteria. This last option here, sleeve option, actually drives you to a second item, which is part of the multi-level configured item called sleeve. And this item, again, has multiple options within it, allowing you to select different materials or color options for your sleeve on the laptop. So now that we've configured the item on the back end of JD Edwards, let's go ahead and move to the website itself and see how it behaves. So we'll go into a catalog where I've associated that item within the laptops area of my catalog. And I can see a front-end image of this item and the item itself, laptop_custom. To customize and buy, I as a user would click on customize and buy options so that I can walk through each of the component steps to select specifically the options that I need for my laptop. As you can see here, upon entry, I've defaulted in a series of options already so that I can go ahead and price this product to be purchased with the default configuration. But down below are the various options and components that I need to walk through. For each option, I can then select, and we can notice that as I select different options, like here with screen size, the default being 14-inch, if I move to 15.6 inches, we can see that the image will change and the option will be refreshed for the user. In addition, if I walk through to another option, maybe 16-inch, again, it will refresh. So as you can see, you can house images at the option level so that the user can understand more clearly the option that he's selecting. So for this option, we'll keep it at 14 inches, the default, and we'll walk through some of the other options. As I walk through, I can select next. Now, not every option requires an image. That's really up to you in the configuration, and we'll see that at the end. But I can walk through each of the options in order to select that specific options that I desire. So as I walk through the options, such as if I need a solid state drive, again, it can go through and select the various drive, or if I want to continue and be at the 520 gigs, it will show me that image. As I walk through the various options, again, I can see each of the options that I desire. I may want this laptop to be in blue covering. So again, I can select and see my images changing. And when I get to my last option here, when I select that option, because this drives me to a multi-level, it then brings the additional options that are associated to that second level of product. So here I can then move into the material type, fabric, leather, microfibers, or even colors if, again, I want to switch to maybe a different color for my sleeve. And once I've completed each of the options, including maybe if I want stamps, again, showing me the various options that are available to me. As I can see here, for example, I want it with stars. Once a user completes all of their selections through the multi-level sales configured item, they can then go ahead and purchase the item. You may have noticed that when this item began with its default, it was approximately $740, and now it's at about $897. So I'll go ahead and click buy, and that'll place it into my shopping cart, which allows me as a user to move to my floating shopping cart and see the product as I'm purchasing it, along with all of the options that I have selected. If I need to return, I can go ahead and click on settings and components, and it will allow me to change those options. But if I'm good with my options, I can go ahead and then check out and purchase my end computer. So here are my order totals, including any freight for delivery or any sales tax calculated by the solution. Here as a customer, I need to put in a PO number because my customer profile requires it. Again, in my order review screen, it highlights all of my information so that I can validate that everything is correct. And then I can continue on to payment. For this example, this is a customer that has terms with us, so they're able to place that purchase on account, or they can go ahead and pay with a credit card. We'll go ahead and pay with a credit card for this example. I've selected credit card payment, which I'll go ahead and enter in my name on card along with my test credit card to be used as part of this purchase. Once I've completed all of my entries, I can go ahead and click apply, which validates my card information. And if everything is valid and verified, I can go ahead and place my order. My order is then finalized and processed into JD Edwards, and a sales order confirmation is provided to me, as you can see here, along with all of the details of my order so that I can go ahead and print it to my local printer. But if I go back to JD Edwards and I go over to sales order inquiry screen and call up the order we just placed, we can see that this order goes straight into Edwards with the sales configured product. So let's go ahead and inquire on our order that we've placed for our branch plant here. There is our item, the freight associated to my item, and the actual customized laptop. If I go ahead and select the customized laptop line and I drill into the configured related orders, I can see the details behind each of these orders, including the actual sales order and work order that's been generated off of the sales order in order to assemble and configure this order. I can also drill into more details as to the configuration of this order itself to validate the configuration. As you can see here, it is a multi-level where the main level is the laptop custom, but I also have the optional sleeve. Here are the various options that I've selected, and if I drill into the optional sleeve, here are the options that it has selected. So as you can see, it is a complete integration, allowing your users to select all of their options, whether it be a single level or multi-level type configured item, along with all of the options that can be represented in a very user-friendly fashion. Now, how is this done? Well, within the backend solution of our Sitefinity and SmarterCommerce tool, we'll go ahead and log in. And it's here where you maintain all of the information related to all of your products. It's here where you can define your main products. In this case, the main product being a configured laptop, being the parent item, which is here highlighted. You can see that it is marked as configured because we retrieved that information from JD Edwards. And then the actual configuration template associated to this laptop that we pulled from JD Edwards is here. It has 12 component lines to it, to which your users can select through the various options. And for each of these options, such as the screen size of the option, you can go through and select, for example, here, if I go to screen size, I can go in and see the various options that I've pulled back from JD Edwards. And to each of these options, I can associate additional information such as an image related to that option. I can also associate an image at the header level, meaning If the option itself is going to maintain at the header, we can also do that. And we can set sequences on how to display those options directly on it within the Sitefinity solution, or it can default from your JD Edwards. But as you can see, we can retrieve all of that information dynamically from JD Edwards and add additional components such as images and other information to allow your user a more friendly, user-friendly way of selecting their item.